Hey, good news from God's gift. That's me, Adia. My name means gift from God, and Harmahar, whose name means blessed. Hi, Harmy. Hi. And Harmahar.
Is it Nana? Good picture.
And Tika.
That's good.
Good news from God's gift. That's me. And God's little blessing. To God's gifts. That's you. On Friday night, that was July 7th. Oh, so cool. 7/7. So awesome. Wow. 7/7. On July 7th. Hey, was it the 7th? Yes, it was. Anyway. Friday. This last Friday, I went to the Life app, first Life app live in 3 years. And the topic of the evening was contagious joy. And I listened to people share their joy stories, and my heart was just like so full. And sometimes a little bit jealous.
Tika.
I don't think it was jealous, actually. I think sometimes it was a little bit envious until those were fleeting. Like it was fleeting. It wasn't like, oh, I don't need to qualify it. What the hell? Like sometimes it was envy. And it was just like, and then I was wondering, I'm just like, oh, I'm just like so like in love with my own joy story, as I loved those people's joy stories, the ones that I saw. I think I missed a couple because we were late, and there was like rockin' music, and it was amazing, and like I can see clearly when the rain is gone, and just thinking about how that means. That was like an audience participation song, and just thinking about how that means that the rain is gone, because the rain has been there. That's the reality. Like the rain was there, like the darkness was there, and like the sun has emerged again, and it means like, so all of it like is a part of the joy story, like the whole thing. And I was just like, oh, the joy stories, contagious joy. And I laughed as Pastor Jim was telling his story, because his own joy story, and Harmy's laughing too. Pastor Jim was telling his own joy story, and I was thinking of how he just like, he likes to make people smile, and he made up this game, and I was just like, oh. And earlier in the week, I was playing this Facebook game. I gotta rest my hand. Earlier in the week, I was playing this Facebook game, like one of those, like, you know, like click on this to see who, whatever you are. And it was click on this like thing to see which of Snow White's dwarfs you are. And before it like said anything, I was like, I bet you it's Dopey, because I'm like, I am just like, I love nonsense. Like there's that 5-year-old mischievous, like imaginative 10-year-old, 15-year-old, like 20-year-old mischievous, just like there's just mischief in me, and I myself, and then it was just like, you're Dopey, and I was just like, I knew it was Dopey. And then it said, and you're especially invested in making people smile. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just like, no, I'm just invested in making people be in encouraging people to be themselves. And then as Pastor Jim was sharing his story, I was like, oh yeah, I guess I am full Dopey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I guess I am full Dopey, because I will, like when I'm walking and I see somebody, I just like anything that I like about them, whether it's their haircut or their dress or their shirt or their shorts or their nails or their toes or whatever. It's like, hey, cool, whatever. And like I said before, like when I go out into the world, like I want to be colorful. So like my earrings, like everything is meant, like intentionally meant to bring
Is
joy.
it bagel?
Yes. No, it's not bagel actually. It's a monkey sandwich.
Is it sandwich?
Our favorite, my favorite little spot.
Eat the
You're
sandwich.
eating a monkey sandwich. My favorite little spot made that for you.
Eat the sandwich.
You are. It's a lovely sandwich. So
Did you eat the sandwich?
you are eating the sandwich. And I was just thinking of how, I mean, like just,
Did you eat the sandwich?
oh my heart. Like this day, like we're here.
Did you eat the
Tika, Tika. Tika, 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 Tika. She can't come closer, she's leashed. Tika Torch. Tika.
bagel idea?
Tika.
No.
Oh, little barker. Yeah, you're good. You got yourself up to a tree. That is why you're on a leash. Harmy, stop screaming. Tiki Torch, come on. Tika, Tika, Tiki Torch. Good going. I know. Sugar. You're okay. And so, it was so cool to,
Did you see kleine Nas?
it was so cool to see.
Did you eat bagel?
So I was like, oh, I do that. I'm full dopey. I guess I am invested in making people smile. I'm literally full dopey.
Oh, did you drop a water?
Did you drop her water? I don't think so. Oh, did she knock over her water? That's okay. We have more.
Oh
No. I can refill it. Don't worry about it, Harmy. Thank you for letting me know.
no. Did you fall down?
It did fall over. And so, I don't know, yesterday, oh, my heart was just so,
No.
like, my heart was in a very contemplative place, and just, like, there was so much going on in my mind, and my energy was just, like, really, it was just, like, my energy was so strong and so full and so vibrant, and also I felt like all the energy in the world was just, like,
Is it sweet?
intruding on my energy.
Is it sweet?
And I knew that I needed to just, like, I had a wonderful day. It was a wonderful, wonderful day. And it was too loud. And not loud as in, like, volume. Like auditory volume. Audible volume, I mean. Not audible volume, but just like, like the volume of the world. It was just too loud. And so, like, by the evening, I was just like, oh, what am I gonna do? And I'm just like, I need it to be quieter. And so I reached out to my dear friend. She's my best friend, but her hubby's her best friend, but she's my best friend. And so I reached out and I was just like, oh, hey, just like connecting, because we had a conversation and I had not said anything else yet. And I was just like, oh my God, this is it. And she's like, oh, this meditation works. And full disclosure, because I am me, like my first, the few seconds was just like, hey, I tried this meditation. And my initial first thought was like, don't tell me what to do. And I know that's not what she was doing. That's me. Like, that's my thing. Like, that's my brain. That's like my idea. Like, just that little root of, I guess that's that part I'm gonna call stubbornness that I fight with still sometimes. And then I was like, Adia, Tika, what are we talking about? That's not stubborn. That's not, you're not being stubborn. And she's not trying to tell you what to do. Like, she is making a suggestion based on what worked for her. And it's all love. And so I was just like, I said, Adia, you're so silly. And so what I do. So I went to bed. Yum, yum, yum. And I started listening to the meditation, and I fell asleep. And I woke up to just these words. I'm going to paraphrase because it's not the exact words, but it was the essence of the thought was, and remember, you don't have to take care of the whole world. And that's all I needed to hear. And I was just like, oh yeah, I don't have to take care of the whole world. And I fell asleep again, and I slept until I woke up again, and I read a little, and I slept again, and I read a little, because there's so much going on in my mind, but it was like peaceful at that point, just, and perfect. And like the book that I'm reading was just it's just like so amazing to me how my love, and when I say my love, I mean God, just like offers those things that can help me process my being, because I love myself so much now. And so that's what it is today, joy. What's my joy story? Did you fall down? Oh no. What's my joy story? Oh my God, guys, my joy story is how amazing it is that I waited for love, and how wonderful it is that love was being so truly, madly, and deeply in love with me. I mean, there's that core love for my love, God. There's that love for them. But there is this like yearning that we all have. And I think I still do have that to some degree. Like, oh, it'd be great to share this with, I do. Well, yes, you sitting by me? Cool your beans. I do still have that, like, yeah. Go get it.
You get it.
Put down your sandwich. Put it down. There you go, and go get your water. You did. Good job. Go under. Go under. There you go. You found a way. That's my girl finding possibilities. Yay, Como's daughter. Like your mama, girl, finding possibilities. You got your water. So, like, what was I saying? You gotta go under, because I'm holding Tika. So it was just that, yeah, I do still want to share, like that, like really, like the real, like, first circle part of my heart and my life with a human being, and that will be in time. And right now, my love is my love, and I am my love. My love is my love, and I am my love. My joy story is that I am so grateful. Ta-da! You did. It's the monkey sandwich. Yeah. So here's how. Ta-da! Ooh. Hey, you gotta. Oh, no, I don't want monkey sandwich on me. Put it over. Put it. There we go. Yay! Thank you. By being bold enough to be me. And I am, as a woman right now, I am just going to invite other women. And I'm deliberately saying women, speaking woman to woman, because whether anybody chooses to accept it or not, like whatever your idea of patriarchy, like it is a real thing. And that is not to say that like men also have not been wounded by patriarchy, but as a woman, having lived my life as a woman, experiencing life as a woman, I can speak to women as a woman and say, be bold. oh honey, just be bold. Like, this is my joy story. It's like just trusting the process and being with my love, who said to me, my whole life I was just like, marriage, like, yeah. People just like, oh, you're not gonna get married. It's like, when I do, like, if I do, you will know. And after a while, I asked people to stop asking me that question, because I am enough as myself. And and so my joy story is that oh, that is an ice cream scoop, ice cream spoon, but there's no ice cream. And thank you for handing this to me. And
It's dirty.
it is dirty. That is exactly why you handed it to me. So my joy story, is my life. Like, my life is my joy story. It's that
dirty.
every day. Stop picking up dirty things, please. Thank you. Nope. My joy story is that I have chosen to live in every literal and figurative meaning of that word. And that means trusting the process of questioning all the things, asking all the questions, finding healing, like choosing to accept opportunities for healing and growth, and doing hard things as a part of that, like really taking a hard look at myself. So much fun, baby girl. You going down the slide? Oops. Oh no. You did fall down. And so today, like, being here with Harmahar and Tika and finding a way to make that be, because I love me. And like spending this day, like, and like, all of this is possible because my love for me and my love for others, as I love myself, as God has like asked me to do, which is love the Lord your God with all your heart. And why soul, mind, and strength? And why is that? Because when I open up to love, once I open up to love from them, from God, from my love, and they showed me how they loved me gently and fully and persistently. And they said, through Jesus, love others that way. Like, once I began to make space for myself, and I listened to them tell me when I asked, how do I parent my children? And they said, freedom. And I was like, what? And as I moved into that way of being with them, I found freedom for myself, because as I set my children free to be themselves with me as a loving and responsible guide, and that process is between you and God, not between you and anyone else. Like, you don't need crowdsourced wisdom to decide how you will be in your life. Like, people can share their stories as Tina did yesterday. Like, hey, this is what I did. You rolled down the hill. I saw you. You rolled down the hill. As Tina did yesterday, like sharing, hey, this is what worked for me. I was like, oh, cool. I forgot about that. Let me dial into that. And my joy story is found really in learning to listening to my love, listening to my love say to me, learn to listen to people. You don't need to be so defensive. And then asking a question a while ago, like, what are the little foxes? Like, what are the near enemies of the things that I seek dearly that are standing in the way? And the near enemies are those things that are not like the opposite. Like, it's like hate is the opposite of love, right? Like, hate is the opposite of love as we see it. And so let's say apathy is the opposite of compassion. Let's use that one. Yeah, I'm ready. I see you. Down you go. Whee, you did it. Apathy is the opposite of compassion, let's say. Maybe apathy is the compassion of love. Anyway, and as Brene Brown was talking about in her book, Atlas of the Heart, the near enemies of the things that we seek to be. Are you ready? You are ready. I see you, girl. Do your thing. Do your thing. Woo! Yep. And so I asked a couple of weeks ago, like, what are the near enemies of the things that I seek most? And my love today, as I was driving here, said to me, you already know. You learned this in a session with David. You already have the answer. And I was like, oh yeah, connection and vulnerability. Those are the things that I seek most and have always sought from the day I was born. And what are the near enemies of connection and vulnerability? Defensive detachment and defensive dominance, as Neufeld describes them. In my last session with David, that's one of the things we discussed, and it's just like seeing how in my life I activate those mechanisms when I feel it's like when I feel like I'm too vulnerable and therefore when I feel like I'm actually going to get what I need, what I want, which is vulnerability and connection. And there is that, like, the fear of what if this is not real? Like, what if this hurts me? What if this person hurts me? And so I activate, you can go look for it, defensive dominance and or defensive detachment. And it looks like, oh, I'm okay, you know? So it doesn't look like hate. It doesn't look like contempt. It doesn't look like any of that. It's just like, oh no, I'm good. And like, I find like a very beautiful way to take control. Whether it's like, I'm going to give you a gift because now I'm not taking from you. I'm not receiving from you. I am giving. And this means that there's no debt. Like, I'm in control here. You know, or I step away. It's like, oh, it's okay. I don't really need you for this. I'm good. Tika. Oh, you can't even go anywhere. You're learning. And so, yeah, my joy story is that I learned to love myself because I learned to trust my love and to believe that I am for real a loved, loving, empowered woman who does not need to be quiet. So I'm gonna tell you, sisters and brothers, but like I said, be bold, be you, allow God. And I'm not talking about religion, I'm not talking about anything else. Allow God to free you and allow you to feel the ability to be unafraid to ask questions. Like today, this is possible. I'm in pain. Like, I went to a gathering this morning at Highland Community Church. It was beautiful. I connected in so many ways. I like lived in my being in connecting with somebody just as I was leaving our house because I went to the gathering this morning at Highland Community Church. And then as we were on the way, I was just like, oh, I'm just too tired to like, and I'm like literally too tired to make something to eat. And like, this is what's here and how am I going to and what am I going to? And I was like, oh, I'll just go through Tim Hortons drive-through, although I don't really like anything that they have, and like what is and the place to which I'd really like to go in the space that serves us all, the space that serves Harmahar, the space that serves me and it serves Tika. Like, we all here in this space have what we need. And I'll post pictures of that. I'm just like, they're gonna be closed by the time I get there. And I was just like, okay, so we're just gonna go, I'll just go to Timmy's. And I passed by Timmy's because subconsciously that is not what I wanted. And then I was like, oh no, I passed by Timmy's and I'm just gonna turn around and go through because they'll be closed anyway. But I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go. If they're closed, then I'll figure it out when I get there. This is actually what I want. And when I got there, the door was open, the window was open, and the closed sign was turned around. And so I was just like, you know what? And I also needed to use the washroom.
Did you slide?
You did slide. I can see you. Look at you. And I walked up to the window and I said, how closed are you? And he laughed and he's like, it depends on what you want. And I was like, how about a vegetable panini? And he's like, I'm definitely closed for that. And I was just like, okay, so tell me how closed are you? Like, how open are you then? And he's like, I can wash my hands and make you a turkey sandwich. You did it again. He's like, I can wash my hands and make you a turkey sandwich. And I said, perfect, cool. Like, what kind of sandwiches? A cold sandwich. What kind of sandwich? He gave me the options. He was like, let's roll with turkey. And I was like, how about the monkey sandwich for the little one? And he's like, even though I hate making those, I absolutely will make it for you. And I was like, what's your name? He told me and I said, dude, I love you. Let's do it. And he did. Plus a couple of little dessert items. And so we did that. And my joy story is that just don't be afraid to ask. Like, once you learn to love you, there will be no fear of asking for what you need. There will be no fear of asking for what you need because asking does not mean rejection. Asking just means a no is not rejection. No just means, hey, this is not possible. This is not possible. And so we're going to find another way. That's it. My joy story is that I found the deepest love that I could feel for another human being. And that was love for me. And so this day, like this place, this being, Harmy, Harmehar, this way, baby, thank you. Tika. Even the fact that this dog is growling by my ear with its like big mouth. I used to be so afraid of this. Now she snuggles up with me. And it's just like, today's a week since I've had her. And it feels like she's been with me forever. And I feel that way about so many of the real deep connections that I've made recently. Like, it's not about the length of connections, but it is about the depth and the investment and the trust in myself, really, and being willing to like look at the hard things and be authentic. And allow everybody else to be authentic too, and like deal with the pain of that. That's why I started calling it the agony of love, like processing the pain in no, because sometimes there is pain in no, you know, sometimes there is pain in no, but being willing to face that pain and not permanently detach, that's where love is. That's my joy story. I want to hear yours. That's what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna post this and I want to hear joy stories. Like, what's your joy story, no matter how long or how short? Make a video and post it if you'd like, or write a story, write it out and post it. Invitation, you can do it or not. I shared mine in this very beautiful spot with live music behind me. Like, dude, like, how could this day be more for me? I have live music behind me. I don't have to be with the people where the live music is, but it's like open air. Like, I'm at this like picnic with Harmy with no worry about what tomorrow will bring. Like, zero. Like, literally zero worries. If I told you all the stories that I have had in my life about loaves and fishes multiplying, when I tell you that I have zero worries right in this moment, sometimes I do, and then I remember. It's like, oh, you don't have to worry. That's my joy story. What's yours? The good news? There is joy. Reality? You gotta work for it. And you don't have to work too hard. Just like, God says, lay your burdens on me and yoke yourself to me. And that's it. Love you. Bye.